Whatever their wars or economic instability, it's always prudent that the affected persons look for places that are safer or more economically secure. Wars and political upheavals in countries like Syria and some African countries have resulted in the movement of people in masses to Europe and North America. In as much as hosting refugees is a kind gesture, there is concern that it may be causing more harm than good. It might be compared to shooting oneself in the foot. I've heard of a friend in Germany being attacked by an asylum seeker. I sometimes question whether it's only right to help those whom you are certain will not harm you in return or whether kindness should be conditional. There has been an influx of refugees in countries such as Germany and Hungary, most of whom originate from places such as Syria. These vulnerable persons, from what I understand, flee from religious and political persecutions that have made the country unsafe. Similarly, a good number of migrants from the south has been able to cross borders to the United States as a result of lack of safety in places such as Martinez 2017. Several other people also moved to other places as a result of the place have favorable economic conditions, especially those who would wish to establish businesses. With the current political rhetoric, especially about the wall that is to be built between Mexico and the USA, there is need to critically examine the issue to understand whether it's necessary to be cautioned from migrant and asylum seeker, or if it's merely xenophobia. Sometimes people with sinister movies manage to cross borders with asylum seekers. Terrorism hence becomes spread to host countries, with a lot of blame being directed towards the innocent refugees. IS sympathizers, for example, are believed to have traveled to Europe in significant number as migrants crossed to the Mediterranean to Germany and Turkey. Byman, 2015. As such, this kind gesture was a risk to innocent people that these criminals would want to harm. I find it disturbing that this issue was hardly ever addressed from the angle with most media outlets, only choosing to address the plight of the refugees, especially their difficulties when crossing the sea. However, I truly sympathize with those who have lost their lives. A good number of assault cases have been reported in neighborhoods from which some refugees has been hosted. There have ever been cases of rape, with mostly underage girls being targeted. This is quite worrying since it may be a traumatizing experience from those affected. In Frankfurt, there were claims that some refugees targeted women who came too close to the residence. Kirschbaum, 2016. In as much as some group denies the allegations, if it was true that there were people affected, there should be a lot of there should be a lot scrutiny on home countries host as asylum seekers. Targeting refugees is unacceptable. Only that it's possible that some criminal elements may be among them, disguised as the innocent, vulnerable asylum seeker. I may not be a politician in future, but I am of the option that there needs to be a lot of security measure put in place to protect ourselves against criminal elements among those who come to our country. Media outlets and humanitarian organizations should not be quick to label those who question the safety of admitting refugees into the country as homophobic or even racist as their concerns are genuine. Enemies of the state may disguise themselves as refugees and carry out virtual attacks, especially those who have been radicalized before entry to the country. Besides, some groups may assault innocent people just because they are refugees who may not be easily suspected of carrying out atrocities. The current measures such as increased screening and, and the lowering of the number of refugees by the Trump administration should not be a cause of diversion. I hope that politicians will agree on a way forward as they try to help others, while also taking care of the country. Moreover, it should be noted that there needs to be intervention in warring countries to make them safer, to minimize the problem.